Real talk, real life, real growth. This is Raw Reality with Tori's Story and Fit with Lily. Welcome to the Skin Series, a space created from my own experience with acne. I know the frustration, the tears, and the feeling of wanting to hide. So this series is about real conversations, expert insights, and reminding you that acne does not define your worth. You are never alone in this journey. This is the Skin Series. Let's talk about it.
Addie, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
I'm so excited to dive into everything skin. This series I wanted to start because, well, firstly, my socials kind of started with my skin, but I feel now that I've kind of come on the other side of it, I'm not so much speaking about it, but it's still such a big part of my life and was. So I thought I wanted to dedicate a skin series, and then your socials came up and I was like, she's in Melbourne. I need to get onto this. So thank you so much for your time today.
Excited to be here.
I want to just like dive straight into it, and taking it right back to the beginning. Growing up with eczema, what was that like, and kind of like where did it start?
I don't remember a time where I didn't have eczema. Like there's photos of my mum putting eczema cream on my body before I even could, and like QV cream, just slathering it on, making sure I'm hydrated. So I kind of am lucky in that way, I think, because I didn't really experience what it was like to not have it. So I was never like being like, oh, why can't I go back and have like comfortable skin again? I was always like quite uncomfortable in my skin, like physically uncomfortable, but it was just my norm. And it also like wasn't too bad when I was little. It was kind of just like in my joints, like the usual places, like creases of your elbows and like behind the knees, and also on my hands. And the hands was kind of the only thing that ever got commented on, like when I was in school, because people would be like, ew, like why are your hands all red and rashy?
And kids
like,
with like no filter will say literally anything.
Actually anything. And they'd be like, oh, is it contagious? Like, oh, I don't want to touch you. I don't want to share pens with you. But like, as savage as kids are, they're also so resilient. Like, I did not care. I did not give a shit that they were saying that. I was like, it's eczema, you idiot. It's not contagious.
Like, obviously.
So honestly, I wasn't that bothered, and it was also pretty common. Like, there were other kids that had the same like wrinkly little hands and all sorts. So I didn't feel like that outcasted as a kid, which is good.
Did you get to a point in school when it did start to affect you?
Honestly, not until high school when we started fake tanning. Because I don't know, have you ever had eczema or anything like it? Anyone with eczema will know if you try to put fake tan over it, the first day it's like really, really brown over the rashy parts, and then it just loses pigment. So you've got white patches everywhere. Like, it does not look good. And to me, that actually looked worse. Like, the orange and white patches of the fake tan looked worse than just to be my pale skin color with the red rashes. So it really stood out, but I wasn't confident in my skin enough to like not wear the fake tan because everybody was, and I felt like I stuck out like a sore thumb with my fair skin. So I was like,
I feel like
whatever.
That's only recently like people have been embracing pale skin.
Agreed.
I was the same, like all through school. I was like, I have to tan because everyone's tanning.
Yeah, my mom was like, would you like, you're literally fluoro orange, because I swear there was only like that Latan back then. And it wasn't good. Mom's like, you're actually orange. I'm like, yeah, I know, but at least it's not white. Like, I know it's not brown.
Whereas now I'm like, actually, I'd rather just be pale and be,
what the hell,
confident in my skin. But it takes a lot of time.
Yeah, it does. It takes a lot of mental work to like, I don't know, strip back all the years of feeling self-conscious and trying to hide and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's honestly the only time where I kind of felt different and like, oh damn, I wish I didn't have this. It really sucks.
Yeah, okay.
But again, my eczema like wasn't crazy. It was just in patches.
Yeah, okay. So those comments, I guess, obviously through primary school didn't necessarily affect you, but moving into high school, how do you think that shaped kind of the self-image and body image moving forward?
I think I realized then that it wasn't normal. Like, when I was a kid, it was kind of like I was ignorantly bliss, and I was just like, I don't know, you're so pure. You're just like, oh, everyone's different. There's people with different skin colors. There's people with different, I don't know, skin conditions, all sorts. Like, we all look different. But then when you get older, you realize that there is a beauty standard. And if you don't fit into that, you start to feel outcasted and then desperate to try to make yourself fit into it. which is very sad because acceptance is never in your brain. I think you're just really trying to be like fighting it. Oh, I don't want to look this way. Oh, what can I do to get this gone? Like, how can I change to fit in, rather than like, how can I, just accept that this is what I'm going through, or this is the way that I look, and that's okay. I don't have to look the same way as everybody else, or like the ideal perfect self,
It's like we almost need to bring that ignorance as a kid into adulthood, because it's like that's just what happens in life. And I think as you get older, you do understand and you start to accept it. But it's like from those late teens, early 20s is when you really get stuck in that. And I think that's a big part of social media and society as well.
Yeah.
Setting that standard, which I think is slowly improving.
And boys.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting, because I went to a co-ed school, and I kind of really started to care about the way that I look when I started to notice boys. And, like I have naturally wavy hair, and like this guy that I liked in year 9, he was like, oh, don't wear your hair wavy. Like, I like it straight better. And I wore my hair straight. I got up earlier, like 20 minutes earlier every day to straighten my hair. If one of my younger sisters did that, I would be like, get a fucking grip.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Like, don't do that. So I feel like that's the thing as well. Like, for some reason, I don't know, you want to impress boys and you want to be pretty and liked.
Well, it's like we were just speaking about earlier this morning. Like, I think our kind of generation of going through high school was boys and like trying to do what everyone else is doing, whereas now there's a bit more of like a higher standard. Yeah. I'm going to be mean. If you don't like that, see you later.
Yeah. Actually, like it's all like that's, sorry to my younger self, but that's pathetic.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, what are you doing?
I've been there, done that.
Yeah, actually, like seriously, so happy for the new generation that they're a little bit more, I don't know, just self-aware and more accepting, I think. And just asking themselves more questions rather than just going with the flow. Yeah. Yeah, it's so good to see.
Yeah. So obviously going through eczema was one thing. When did you start to navigate acne?
I got acne. It was kind of like hormonal. I had like perfect face skin in school, by the way. Like it was so good, but I didn't even think about it. It was just like, yeah, my skin's good. I saw other people with pimples and I was just like, I don't have that. Like I didn't even care. I didn't even tell myself how lucky I was. It wasn't something you really paid
attention to.
No, I wish it was. I wish I was like, wow,
no,
this is so good. And then it kind of just happened. Like I don't even remember. I think I was like 19 and I just got like massive cystic acne like under my cheekbones. And I couldn't really do anything about it. Like I didn't really know anything. I was kind of like doing the classic over exfoliating thing. I was like, surely I can just like scrub this acne off.
No, but I've been there.
I think it made it worse. But I was out of school at this time. I'm pretty sure my timeline's a bit blurry because I had acne on and off. Like when I started to get it, it wasn't as persistent as it became. But I'm pretty sure I was studying beauty therapy the first time I properly got acne, which I didn't really care about. It was unfortunate, obviously, because like we're doing facials and stuff at school, and I don't know. I was like, cool, I want to enter the beauty industry. I started it because I wanted to help people feel better about themselves. You know, I think it's like such an empowering job to have. You know,
completely.
People like walking in feeling a certain type of way, and then they walk out feeling like way better. So I was like, yeah, cool, I want to be a beauty therapist. Then I myself started to get acne and I was like, what happens here? Like I do know what I'm talking about. I know how to give a facial. I know what I'm doing, but for some reason it's not working for me. You know, like what the advice that I'm giving, I'm also taking, but it's not working. Now I know I'm 30. No matter what you do topically, you can't like change the way that your hormones are behaving. I mean, there are certain things you can do, but no cream is going to fix it. It can help with the symptoms, but it's not going to get to the root of the problem and cure your acne. I wish I could go back and tell myself that, because it's very easy. I'm sure you can relate to like feel like you're doing something wrong. You're like, oh, I've got these pimples. I'm not a teenager anymore. What am I doing wrong? Like, why don't any of my friends have acne? So that was like quite upsetting, and it did lead me to kind of revert back to the old fake tanning thing where I would just like slap on so much makeup.
So this was What were you just out of school? So like late teens, early 20s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't do year 12. So I was like a couple of years out of school. And it was honestly like, it wasn't too bad. I didn't feel like a kid anymore, if that makes sense. Like I think that year where I was working, where everyone else was at school, I kind of like did a bit of like self-discovery and like I was a little bit more confident. So I didn't have that same like high school mentality. Like, oh my God, it wasn't like a teenager like, oh my God, my life is over, I've got breakouts. It was kind of just like, what's going on and do I still look professional as a beauty therapist, blah, blah, blah. And I felt like I didn't. So that's why I felt like I had to fully reject that part of myself. I was like, no, I can't let anyone know I have acne. I'm going to cover it up with heaps of makeup. We did facials at school, so I got the makeup taken off. And I didn't really care amongst my peers. It was just was what it was. No one treated me any differently at beauty school, but they definitely treated me differently.
Well, I think it's like they're studying to help people with, you know, skin conditions. Excuse me. So I guess they're like, well, this is what we're going to help people with, and it's more normalized.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas like someone going into a beauty therapist
who has
expecting someone to have beautiful, clear skin. Yeah. But again, it's like we all go through our own thing. And like someone who has, when you wanted to go into beauty therapy, was that because you grown up with eczema and you like just had a passion for it, or how did you get into beauty school?
I think it was more of like a big sister kind of thing. I've got 4 younger sisters and like I feel like a big sister to my core. Like it is just like
big sister energy.
Yeah, absolutely. And I want people to feel loved and I want people to feel accepted. And I've kind of like always been that way. Like if there's like a new kid at school, I'll always, you know, I was always the one who would be like, hey, like let's hang out at lunch. So I actually wanted to be a nurse, but I'm not very good with like vomit.
Yeah, okay.
And I also didn't want to do like all the aged care stuff that you have to do. I don't think I'd be very good at that.
Yeah,
like,
fair enough.
I think nurses are just the most amazing people in the world. But I was like, I don't think I could get through the study to actually find my little corner in the nursing industry, which I don't know what that would have been. But anyway, I was like, okay, well, I feel like the next best thing is a beauty therapist because they still look after people and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, that's how I found myself. But I don't think it was – I mean, it might have been, but it wasn't conscious. If it did have anything to do with me growing up with eczema, it wasn't a conscious kind of decision. Yeah.
When your acne started, so you said it was hormonal, did you go on any sort of like contraception or pill or anything like that?
I went to the doctors and straight away they were like –
Classic.
I got put on the pill. And I was on that for like quite some time. And then as soon as I came off it, my acne came back and they put me on doxycycline, which is like an antibiotic, which helped. But again, once I got off it, it just came back. So it was kind of that. And then they're like, oh, like you could do Roaccutane. And I just like, I don't have anything against it. But for me, I just didn't want to risk it because I know there's, you know, the mental health side effects. And I was just like, oh, I don't know if I'm that uncomfortable in my skin. And I kind of also wanted the challenge to like accept myself. I'm kind of, you know, that's a price to pay to go on Roaccutane. Like it's not a chill thing to do. So I was kind of like, I had to weigh up whether that was the right decision for me, and it wasn't. And I am glad I didn't, but I think it's a very personal choice, but I don't think you should take that decision lightly at all.
No, this is something that I preach constantly, whether it's on my socials or specifically the podcast, is like I had done so much research around it.
Yeah.
And for me, again, the mental health thing, I'd already suffered with mental health, the different sort of side effects. I just like wasn't willing to, like it was a very last resort kind of thing. And like how many times I got to last resort.
Yeah.
But I just would get there and you know, my partner and my best friend Lily would be like, if you want to do it, like it's okay, we're going to support you through it. And I'd get so close and then I'd be like, but I haven't tried this and I haven't tried this and I've got so many more things I can try because I just deep down I knew I couldn't even swallow it if I tried to. Like I just had to my core convince myself that I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And also for the sake of, you know, wanting to have kids and fertility and all that, like there's just so many different things that I just was like, I can't do it. And that's like the one thing I preach is like just do your research.
Do your research. Because doctors just handed out like it's lollies. I'm
Literally.
like, guys, you need to like be educated.
No education. It's like, oh, like this will clear up your skin.
And
as
they're
like a
so
you know,
young and vulnerable.
Yeah,
as
16,
well.
18. Like when I first got put on the contraceptive pill at 16, no idea. Like I literally went into the doctor, was like spotting for 3 months. Oh, here's the pill. Like my mom, like they didn't even sit there and like explain to my mom or like nothing. And I just was like, oh, well, this is must what everyone do.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I feel like you, like as a kid or a teenager, you've got a lot of trust in the medical professionals until you don't.
Until you have your own experience of some sort, which is sad. But again, I think, you know, there's so many people now on social media like ourselves and like so many people kind of preaching that find the root cause. And I'm so glad that I've gone down that naturopath route and things like that because, I don't know where I'd be if I didn't. But
is that what you like? Yeah. That was helpful for you.
Seeing a naturopath. I did, what was it? I think 2020.
Yeah.
Or end of 2019 was when I got put on like metformin for my weight, contraceptive pill and doxycycline.
Yeah.
So I was like loaded up and I was on it for like 3 months until I was like, I'm not myself. Like I can't do this anymore. And that I never touched a pill or like medication from then. Yeah. And I just said, I'm going to do what it takes to heal it naturally. And it's literally been like 5, nearly 6 years of putting in the friggin' hard work because it hasn't been easy, but like, I know you understand just like trying thing after thing, whether it was exfoliation, creams, you know, different herbs and things like that and finding the right naturopath for me. But it's like a journey I wouldn't change because the things you discover about yourself and building like inner confidence just outweighs like anything else.
100%. Yeah. It's just like fortifying kind of who you are and what you stand for. It's very transformative. Like
completely.
Yeah. Like dealing with skin conditions or any kind of health condition, I guess, like very transformative process.
Yeah. It's truly like if you get it, you get it.
Yeah.
Like there's not many people that can truly understand the core of acne or eczema, like unless you've gone through it.
It's so funny. My younger sister, she says she actually loves, I don't want to out her. She says she likes when guys have acne scars.
Yeah.
Because she says like, I know that they get something that guys who have just grown up like hot with perfect skin don't get. And she's like, I love to see that like someone goes deep like that.
Yeah.
Not that
no, but like it's true because even like when I was trying to find a naturopath, my naturopath now has been through her own like serious skin journey as well. So I'm like, you get it. It's not just like, I know you can still study naturopathy and like, you know all the things, but it's like, I just want someone who gets it.
Lived in experience.
Yeah. It does really make a difference and you can relate to them on a different level. 100%. And it's the same as like dating and things like that, like, or finding a friend, like you can just talk to someone who gets it.
Yeah.
And it does make a difference.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. How long did you suffer with acne?
Well, I still deal with it now. So I would say I'm 30 now. I started to get it when I was 19. So on and off for 11 years now. And you know, it's so funny because I just had a baby 4 months ago. And
only 4 months.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Know, little baby.
You're killing it.
Thanks. It's so hard to leave her.
I know, I could imagine.
But when I got pregnant, I was taking those like monthly photos as you do, like of the bump. And comparing my like 9-month bump pic to my 2-month bump pic, I had like full on acne on my face at the start. And then my acne fully cleared. I have not had clearer skin. Like by the end of my pregnancy, I had like perfectly clear skin. I hadn't had skin like that since I was like 15. And my eczema and my acne. I was like, what the hell? But it was really funny as well because when I look back at those like 2-month photos, I'm like, oh, wow, I actually didn't realize my skin looked like that. Like when you're in it, I think you just like deal with it.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
Because I look back at photos, I'm like, how did I leave the house?
Yeah.
Like, how did I actually
mentally deal with that? Like, did I look in the mirror and what was I thinking? Like, was I sad? Was I happy? Like, but I wasn't. I know I wasn't sad
I'm a queen
or happy
for getting through that.
Seriously.
Because if it happened now, I don't know what I would do.
Yeah.
But then you just do it.
Yeah, you just do because like you have to.
You don't have another choice.
You don't have a choice.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was quite interesting. It just goes to show, don't have a choice. You can either hide it and fight it and be kind of sad every day because that's sad to like hide it and fight who you are, or you can accept it. And I have obviously done such a good job of after so many years having acne and eczema, of just accepting that, like, yeah, this is where I'm at. This is what my skin looks like. I've got to get on with my day. Otherwise, you know, like, you've actually got no choice.
Yeah.
But when I did have the clear skin, I was like, wow, this is really cool. Like, I loved having clear skin. It's clearer than it was before I got pregnant now, but I think that's because I'm still breastfeeding. I think a lot of people in my DMs have been like, just wait till you stop breastfeeding. It's all going to come back. I'm like, I'll just get pregnant again straight away.
Yeah, straight away.
No, I don't care that much. I'm not attached to the way that my skin looks.
Yeah, completely. And again, you just learn to navigate that. But there's just like, I think I saw a TikTok yesterday of a girl like washing her face, and she's like, I'll never get over the feeling of like having smooth skin when washing her face. And it just is like, there's just actually no other feeling.
Applying like serums to like a non-textured face is something like I didn't even know that I was missing until I had it.
Or that like I would ever feel, to be honest. Yeah.
And then makeup as well. Like for me, I know, like, I just hate eczema so much more than acne.
Yeah, okay.
It's because it's more uncomfortable, and you can't even try to cover it with makeup. Like, at least acne, you can do your best. There's things like pimple patches, and there's ones now that you can like paint on and put makeup over the top. Eczema, you just cannot cover. You can't even forget that you have eczema for 1 second. Like, it's always there. So when both of them went away for me and I got to apply makeup on my skin without it being like crusty red dry from eczema or like swollen from acne, I was like, this is such a dream. But you just have to take the wins like as they come. And like, I'm very aware that I could wake up tomorrow with a flare up or breakout, you know, like now that my skin is going through a clear patch, it's not like I'm not attached to it. I'm very careful to keep like practicing what I preached when I had acne. Like, it's not about the way that you look, and like, don't worry, like, this will pass. This will probably pass as well. This clear skin will probably pass. So I'm enjoying it while it's here, but I'm not getting attached to it at all.
Yeah. Before you fell pregnant, going through acne, what were like the few things you felt helped the most? Like, did you go into diet? Did you go into supplements? Like, what was your, or honestly, did you kind of just navigate it?
I kind of just gave up.
Yeah.
I gave up on trying to fix the acne because I'd seen a lot of naturopaths. I'd seen dermatologists. I knew that whatever I did, maybe not the naturopathy route, but like I knew whatever I did with a dermatologist was kind of just going to be fixing the symptoms. Like I kind of knew it had to be hormonal. When I saw naturopaths, I don't think I was willing to put in the work that sounds like you did. Like the diet changes, all the herbs and all that. I just like, it didn't fit into my lifestyle. And again, like with the Roaccutane, I was like, I don't hate my skin enough to do this. Or I shouldn't say that, because I do think that like you deserve to look the way that you want to look, and you deserve to feel comfortable. I wasn't uncomfortable enough in my skin to like change my lifestyle and my diet that much. But then I had like a really, really bad eczema flare up, and that's what drove me to, I saw Melbourne Functional Medicine. It was like a 6-month program with a functional medicine practitioner, and they did like really holistic testing. And I had the first appointment was like a 4-hour consultation.
Wow.
Exhausting. I'm like, how does the practitioner do that? Like, that's just crazy amount of info to take in at once. And that helped my eczema so much. It was meant to help my eczema and my acne, but like, again, like the diet changes that I had to make for the acne, I was too lazy. But the eczema was something I was like, I have to change this, because I was seriously like, I don't want to be alive. Like, I didn't want to die, but I didn't want to be alive, if that makes sense. It was so uncomfortable. I was at breaking point, so I would do anything. And yeah, it's kind of like naturopathy, dermatology, and like a doctor. Like, it's kind just so, and there are different people that you talk to, and in this program that I did, and everyone was connected, which was great, because I feel like you'll know if you see a naturopath and then you see the doctor, they're not talking to each other and you kind of have to try to explain it and then
that's exhausting.
It's so exhausting, and sometimes they don't agree with each other as well. You'll be like, oh, my naturopath told me to get this blood test, and the doctor's like,
doctor will roll
I don't
your
want to do
eyes.
that.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Yeah, like, oh, why? That's
had.
silly. Yeah, it's so crazy. So it was really nice to do something where like everyone was talking to each other and we were all on the same page. So that was a 6-month program. I had to take like so many supplements. I had to get special creams made, non-steroidal, because I wasn't on steroid creams anymore, and diet changes that like weren't too bad. It was more about like finding out what my food triggers were and avoiding them. And that helped so much with my eczema. Like by the end of the 6 months, I had like no eczema. Wow. And I know now when I do have a flare up, it's because I've done something I shouldn't have done, like whether that's eaten a really rich, like tomatoey kind of pasta or something like that. That I know what my triggers are now, and that's something that took like 28 years to find. Yeah. But acne, I still don't know what to do.
No, honestly, I'm right there with you because like I said, started seeing my naturopath in 2020, 2021. And I'm like, I still see her and work with her, and I love her. And I found that in 2023, I went to Europe and I was like, I give up. I'm just going to have the best time of my life and see what the fuck happens, basically. Enjoyed all the food, all the things, and like my skin cleared up. It was the clearest it had been in so long. And I was like, oh, okay, that's really interesting because I ate dairy and I ate gluten because for so long.
Mentals?
I think it was just stress. And I do believe the food quality in Europe is like no other. It is so fresh. But just no stress. I mean, you're on holiday in Europe with your best friends. Like, what is there to stress about, really?
Actually.
Yeah. And so just like taking the pressure off myself and enjoying, because before that, the only way I had cleared my skin was celery juice.
Oh, I tried that.
I did celery juice
work for me.
every day for a year. I was drinking nearly a litre every morning.
How long did it take you to see benefits?
I would probably say 5-6 months.
That's honestly props to you for doing that for 5 and 6 months without seeing results.
I just got to a point where I was like, I had enough. And my mum had introduced me to celery juice before I moved to Adelaide. And then Jackson's mum actually was like the same as my mum. She was like, you need to get on celery juice, like give it a go. And I was like, you know what? What have I got to lose?
So did you have like a cold pressed juicer at home?
I had a cold pressed juicer at home.
That's the worst part, washing it.
Yep, I know. Every day for a year. A full, literally nearly a litre every single morning on an empty stomach. Great for digestion, everyone. Just let me say that.
Yeah.
But because sometimes too good. Because I started seeing insane results, I was like, there's no way I can stop this. And I would like not go anywhere. And like if I went out, like I'd go buy some. Like I just saw such incredible results from it.
That's great.
And then I went off it for a bit, and then skin started to break out again. It was like quite a while off celery juice, which was interesting. Yeah. Went to Europe, cleared up again. Coming home from Europe, end of that year, I think I went to Thailand, and it just like I'd never had like jawline all through here. It was like so broken out, my jaw, my cheeks. So back to my naturopath and like trying all the things. And honestly, like the last majority of this year, to be honest, has been the most consistent my skin has been in terms of breakouts. Why? I couldn't tell you.
Oh, it's so annoying, isn't it?
Because I, again, like for so many years, cut out gluten, cut out dairy were the two biggest triggers for me. Did a lot of gut work. I've done like so many years on my gut. So I definitely think my gut has improved. I can eat gluten and dairy, almost no worries.
Yeah.
I don't have flare up in my gut. I can pretty much eat what I want, and I'm very smart with what I eat because I want to feel good at the end of the day. But I can enjoy dairy chocolate, which like honestly, I would say almost all my life I've not enjoyed dairy chocolate because of the fear of it.
Because it takes that fear adds so much stress, which obviously is horrible for your skin as well. And it's kind of like, well, would I rather be stressing about this and causing inflammation to my skin, or should I just eat it? You know, like what's the lesser evil?
That was the biggest lesson I learned last year was my skin was not breaking out from the food, but from the fear of the food that I had. And when I released that and go, hey, I actually am allowed to enjoy some chocolate if I want, and learning not to overindulge.
Yeah.
But that was the biggest thing. I'm like, oh my God, it's the fear of the food, not the actual food.
Yeah.
So that was a big learning. But this year I have just been focusing on, especially this year living in Melbourne, I've just kind of, what's the word? I've just kind of molded into the Melbourne lifestyle of like sleep ins and like slow mornings.
Yeah.
And really just I've been focusing on my training, like training a lot more obviously with competing, but just letting myself recover. And I think my sleep has improved my skin. I notice a big difference in my skin.
Sleep is so
when
important.
I get good sleep. And again, just being smart with my food, but just allowing myself to enjoy when I want to. And like there's nothing I've done consistently this year in terms of supplements that have changed it. Like I've been taking sea moss, which I really enjoyed, and I felt like a more of a glow this last few months with my skin.
That looks disgusting.
It tastes actually really good.
Oh, really?
The texture is what people struggle with.
Gross.
And sometimes I'll have it and I'm like, oh my God, not
Today's not
today.
the day.
But for the most part, it's not too bad. The flavor's quite good, or the one that I have anyway. But again, there's nothing I can pinpoint this year that I'm like, that cleared my skin.
But that is huge. Like lower stress and sleep. Like there is so much to be said about that.
It's
just
like
crazy.
if you are struggling with your skin, whether that be acne, eczema, whatever it is, and you can't afford a like naturopath, dermatologist, I get it. Look at the things that are free, like your sleep, your stress, like those things.
And you can control them.
You can control them. You can control what you eat. And that's like the first point I would start with for anyone.
Agreed.
Because I just think it's free. You can get advice on, like we said before, you can get advice on TikTok from like actual people who have been through it.
Yeah.
And those are the things like you can start with that.
Yeah.
You can start today.
Yeah.
That costs nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so much to be said about like getting a good night's sleep and lowering stress. That was like a really interesting thing about the pregnancy as well, because I don't know, obviously your hormones change so much, but I have like anxiety and like a bit of claustrophobia, and that like fully went as well when I was pregnant. And I was like, I wonder if it's like, I was like the most calm, chill, non-stressed person ever. It was like so relaxing. Every day I just woke up and I felt light. And I was like, obviously that's controlled by the pregnancy hormones, but I wonder if that's the thing that's making my skin calm as well, because I'm just like not stressed.
Relaxed.
I mean, it's probably all intertwined.
Yeah,
but
100%.
it's just,
well, it's like I remember growing up and people would be like, stress kills, stress kills. I'm like, oh, no, it doesn't. Don't be silly. And now as an adult, I'm like, oh, stress kills. I get it.
Actually. Yeah. And there's so many studies as well about like sleep and how like you're just shaving years off your life if you don't get good night's sleep.
So true.
It's crazy
and again,
so
it's
scary.
The simple things. Well, it's like simple but not simple.
Yeah, we're always looking for like medicines and quick fixes. Like the things you do every day make the biggest difference.
Yep. It's wild.
Yeah.
Going into like your social media journey, when did you start to open up on socials and share about eczema and acne?
I was doing in beauty school, I was doing makeup tutorials because it was like really fun to like be learning things at school and then kind of like talk about them on socials. So I was doing like long form content on YouTube, like on makeup tutorials and like skincare products and routines and stuff like that. And the camera that I used had like a heavy blurring filter.
Yeah.
So it was blurring everything because I was like way too scared to like put my skin on the internet. And I think like people were starting to comment on it, and I think I did a video on Dermalogica skincare or something like that, and someone commented being like, how can I trust you if you're using a beauty filter? Like, why are you talking about skincare while you're using this? And I was kind of like, that comment really hurt because I knew they were right. Like I was offended by it, but I knew that like it's because they were right. And I was like, oh, it's so true. Like, how can I be like, you know, teaching people about their skin when it looks like I don't even like my own? So my acne just got to a point and I was just hiding, feeling embarrassed by myself. I actually just got exhausted by it in the end. Like I was so exhausted by hiding and pretending to be something.
It takes a lot of effort.
It takes so much effort and fear as well. Like you feel like someone's going to be like, I see you. Like I see what you've got hiding under there. Like, I don't know. It's just like a really yucky feeling to look in the mirror and you feel like you're almost lying to yourself as well. Like you know what's underneath that makeup and you know what's underneath that blurring filter. So I just like got exhausted by it and my skin was like particularly horrendous one day. Like I just had so many cystic breakouts and I was like, I didn't have a following on Instagram except for the people who wanted to follow me from YouTube. Like that, you know, so I had a few followers, but I wasn't like an influencer or anything of that sort. This was like, I don't know, like 2019 or something.
Yeah, okay.
And I just like posted a photo of my skin looking the way that it did, like breakouts, red, just not good. And it got like so much traction. And it's so funny because I wasn't posting it for any other reason other than like, this is me. Like I'm tired. Like I just felt like
this is who I am.
Yeah, like shedding all of the shame. And
did you feel like the biggest weight off your shoulders?
I felt a weight off my shoulders, number one. And then I felt empowered because I was like, wait, so many people in the comments are like saying they relate and this vulnerability is so powerful and inspiring. And I was like, this is such a cool feeling. I feel like I'm doing what I want to do in person with my clients, like help them feel better, but online. Like I feel like with me just showing up as myself, I've somehow inspired other people to feel like they can do the same thing. Which then I was like, oh, should I like keep doing this? Like I did want to like stop fully. I wanted to start my like self-acceptance journey. That was why I wanted to post that. It was like the mark of like a new chapter.
Yeah.
And then like my first client ever was Frank Body, which I'm just like, go you guys. They're such a brand that really, really like walk the walk, you know? Yeah, like truly inclusive. It is not just like boxes being checked and stuff like that. They're so body positive and all that kind of stuff. They commented on it and wanted to work with me after that. And everything kind of just snowballed from that one post. Like I started to I was just posting skincare routines and still talking about what I was learning at beauty school and in industry and my job and stuff like that. It's still very much like beauty and skincare relative. And then, if a job would come up and it slotted into like what I was already posting about, I did it. And then, it just took off, which is so cool. It just goes to show like there is so much power in authenticity. I can't believe the energy block that I must have had going on when I was pretending to be someone that I wasn't. Because as soon as I accepted myself and this is what I'm working with, everything opened up for me.
That like just gives me chills
because
like I can fully relate. I remember posting my first YouTube video in 2019, just opening up about my entire story because I was like, I'm sick of struggling alone and I know there's other people going through it and it's time to talk about it. And so the second I clicked like submit, post that video, I just was like, oh my God, I can breathe.
Isn't it weird?
And I don't need to feel like I have to be this perfect person.
Yeah.
Not that, again, I wasn't an influencer of any kind at that point, but I knew I wanted to just share my story online. Yeah. And there's just like no words to describe the community you build off being yourself first and foremost, because people are going to follow you for you.
Yeah.
And so many people are going to relate to you in some way, shape or form, whether this be, you know, someone listening like their skin journey, or it could be something completely different.
Yeah.
But you can only fake to be someone for a certain amount of time before it, one, gets exhausting, or two, you get caught in the act.
People see through it.
Or people see through it. And the second that you can be yourself is when things will start to flow and you'll actually enjoy what you're creating, bring more work in if that's what you want, but also build a community.
Find the people, like your people. Yeah, 100%.
So I think, the second you do that, I found my best friends. I was able to just relax and be myself. And my mum was an insane role model for that. Like, she's very much her whole life just been exactly who she is. And if someone doesn't like that, see you later.
Oh, that's
so she
so
has
good.
been a massive role model in that.
Yeah.
So the second I could step into that, I'm just like, if you don't like me, I don't give a fuck because I'm happy in my own skin. And I think, again, having social media to be able to role model that for the up and coming generation, I think is so powerful.
Yeah.
And I think they're finding that earlier.
Agreed. I think people are learning how to self-validate, which is something I don't think, we knew how to do. Because when you self-validate, you don't need anyone else to validate you.
I think you posted, was it recently you posted a reel of like 3 things you could start asking yourself?
That's like one of my pinned videos because it popped off. I was like, what the hell? Sometimes you're like creating content, you're like, is this shit? And you're like, oh, well.
It's always the ones you're like, no, whatever, I'll post it. And then it freaking goes viral. And you're like, okay.
It's true to me, so I'll post it anyway. And it's 3 things. I think 3 things I don't do as someone who self-validates. And one of them's like dramatic. Like I won't ask people, oh, what are you wearing before I show up to an event, because I don't want what they say to influence what I'm wearing, because I'll wear what I want to wear. It's kind of what you were saying. Like, if you don't like me, then okay, bye. Like, I don't care.
One of them you said was like, do I cut my hair or not? And I was like, I literally put in this week's YouTube video, like, hey, this is option 1. This is option 2. What should I do with my hair?
I think it's like an extreme video.
Yeah. Where I'm like, hey, what do I want?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Actually, just like I could answer that myself.
That's kind of what the video was about. I always want to remind people that like you're in charge. Like you make your own decisions. Don't just do stuff because this is what I did my whole life.
Said he didn't like
exactly.
Your wavy hair. Yeah.
You, especially women, like do it because you want to do it. Don't just do it because you're caught up in like feeling like you have to be this version of yourself.
Yeah.
It's just so important to remind, and it's easy to forget. You are the boss. Like you're the boss of you.
Yeah.
Like, get it in your head.
Get that picture.
Yeah.
When you started to really build socials and start to grow, how did you feel when you started to get, I'm sure, inundated with DMs and comments on people who could relate to you and starting to build that community?
Really nice not to feel lonely.
Yeah.
Like I think it's such a two-way street because people are like, oh my God, thank you so much for like posting. Like I felt so alone. I'm like, thank you so much for reaching out and following along because I felt so alone as well. Like it's really nice. It's a like feeling that.
It truly is a two-way street.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh my God, you replied. And I'm like, well,
of course.
I feel the same as you. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Like, let's connect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then there's also like a bit of responsibility, obviously, because I think people going through skin conditions, they're a lot of the time struggling really badly mentally. So I'm very careful with, you know, what I say. I don't want to like, I never want to make it seem light and chill and like, oh yeah, just like accept yourself. I think there's such thing as like toxic positivity, especially like someone who's in the absolute depths of, you know, I don't know, crazy acne breakout. I don't want to be like, just love yourself.
Because you're like, well, it's not that easy.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. And, you know, I do think that like we've had bad experiences with health professionals and medical professionals, and I'm sure everyone has had their own story, but there's such a place for medicine, and, you know, you've just got to find your team, find your one person, like how you found your naturopath. Like you've just, I think you can, you know, try work on your sleep and your stress levels, but like if things are getting too hard and you find yourself really struggling, definitely reach out to a doctor. Like doesn't even have to be a dermatologist, and just it's exhausting, but like keep trying until you find one that you like and that you find listens to you, especially in Australia. We're so lucky with our healthcare system.
And I think like understanding your why, for me, my end goal was fertility and hormones and being able to have my own family one day. And it's like, I didn't want anything to get in the way of that. So me taking the natural route, even those days where I was like, I can't do this anymore, fuck it, I want to take Roaccutane, I was just like, hey, picture the family.
Yeah.
Like picture the fertility. And for me, that was all I needed to get through. So maybe for anyone listening, like really, really struggling, like what is your why of wanting to clear your skin?
Yeah.
Because on those bad days, you're going to need that why to get you through.
100%.
And again, like for me, Roaccutane wasn't my journey, but I also understand the people who do turn to it because of how dark the place that you can get in gets. Like I get it. I've been there multiple times, and even my naturopath, where she went on Roaccutane and she studied, you know, naturopathy and like is the most natural person, but she got to breaking point. Yeah. And it's like I will never judge anyone for going on it because fuck, it can get so dark.
It's serious. Yeah, it gets very dark and it's serious. So yeah, I even though I have the beauty therapy background, I'm never gonna be like, oh yeah, just like use this cleanser and it'll fix it, you know? Yeah. And I'm very careful with like, you know, the ads that I post. Yep. I will say either like, yeah, this is what's worked for me, but it might not work for you. I'm never going to be like, this is the cleanser or this is the serum that cleared my acne, you know? I never want to like make someone buy something that they think is a guaranteed and it's not. Yeah.
And I think too, like you said, it's a big responsibility to be not only just sharing your skin and trying to help others, but then also you make it a job and it's your income, but like being able to, I guess, having to be really picky with the brands you work with because people are turning to you for products. Yeah. And again, it's like, hey, this worked for me, it might not work for you. Yeah. I go and do research on the brand that I'm choosing to promote because, you know, I want to make sure that if people go and use it, it's going to be okay for them and whatnot. And it's aligning with what I preach and things like that. So it's 100%. Still a massive responsibility and, you know, thousands of brands and thousands of dollars are turned down because you're like, well, that doesn't align with me and what I'm sharing.
And it's exactly like the authenticity thing again. Like if you start saying yes to brands and collabs that don't align with you, like you're going to lose your audience. And then all of a sudden, because you want to like quick cash grab, you're not going to have a job in like 2 months time because people don't believe you.
Yeah.
And like I'm so glad. Like I miss being a hands-on beauty therapist every single day. Like I goddamn loved that job.
Yeah.
I'm like, if influencing like slows down, I don't know if it will, but you know, I would be so happy to go back to being a beauty therapist. Like so happy.
That's good though.
So it's good because it, you know, that helps me make decisions. Like, do I really want to say yes to this brand or am I saying yes because of the money?
Yeah.
I've never said yes because of the money, just so you know.
Just to aware everyone. Currently now with where you're at with your skin, how do you manage on the days you have a flare up or a breakout, whether that be acne or eczema, mentally and both physically?
I think actually having a baby changed how I feel about myself so much for two reasons. Just because I'm like, whoa, our bodies are insane. What they're capable of is just so crazy. Why would I reduce myself? You know, like why would I worry about pimples or rashes, you know?
Yep.
And I also just remind myself this will pass. Like, you know, it will. It always has. I've been alive for 30 years and I've lasted this long. I know now it comes and goes. I just have to ride the waves, and that goes with everything in life, you know. It's such a good thing. It's actually a really cool lesson that like having such finicky skin has taught me, and it's made me more, I don't know, just like I'm really good at going with the flow now, because I know you just like can't get attached to things. Something could be taken away from you at any moment, just like clear skin can be taken away from you at any moment. You just have to enjoy the highs when they're high and accept there might be lows around the corner, but that's okay. And honestly, there wouldn't be one without the other. So it's good to learn. And also I like now I've got like the most precious baby girl, and I'm like, I was a precious baby girl once and you were a precious baby girl once. I don't want to, like, it breaks my heart to remember the things that I used to think about myself and the way I used to feel when I looked at my own reflection. I'm just like, if my daughter grew up like feeling like I felt, oh my God, like that would just break my heart. So I just think focus on the things that you like about yourself. That's a really good thing. That's what I do. Like if I ever find myself worrying about a breakout, I'm like, oh well, like no one's going to pay attention to this breakout because I know I'm a really warm person and people feel safe when they're around me, and that's really special. And that's something that I want to, you know, I want to find more things about myself that I can say like, yeah, I like this about myself. I'm always trying to do that. And if there's something that I don't like about myself, I'm like, okay, I want to make that better, you know? And it's the things that I can control, not the things that I can't. I'm not going to waste time trying to fix something that I can't control. It's just waste of time and energy at the end of the day.
So true.
Yeah.
Such a beautiful message. Anyone listening who is struggling with their self-worth, what is something you would say to them in trying to redefine their worth like outside of their skin?
I guess that, like, have a think about what kind of person you want to be in this world. Like, do you want to be funny? Do you want to make people laugh? Like, where do you find value? Like, when you're thinking about your friends, like, what are the things that you value the most? And I'm sure it's not the way that they look, like 100%. Like if it is, get a grip. Like if you're friends with someone because you're pretty, because they're pretty, like get a grip.
Yeah.
I'm sure no one actually is like that. And then, yeah, like have a look at yourself, like get in front of a mirror, like not physically, have a look inside. What do you like about yourself? What do you want to be? What don't you like about yourself, and what do you want to change? Like just, I think watering the garden, like water your own garden. Where do you want to flourish? Like put energy into that stuff, because that's what really matters. It sounds so cliche and so like wish-washy, but it's so true. Like, and I remember like seeing a TikTok, I've seen it a few times, and it's like, at your funeral, no one's going to be like, oh my God, I miss her. She had the tiniest waist.
No.
Like people are not talking about your skin or the way that you look. Like it's so far down on the list of things that are interesting about you.
And it feels so hard in the moment to identify that. But
so
Mirror
hard.
Talk was something that helped me so much, and it felt so stupid at the beginning. I think when I was like 18, 19, at the very beginning of acne, like trying to get into the mirror and speak about you know, what I loved about myself that wasn't external or physical was so incredibly hard, whereas now I can like rattle them off.
Good on you.
And I think if you are struggling with that and you've got a good enough circle around you, you could be like, hey, Maddie, what are 3 things you love about me that isn't physical? And like get them from other people, because then you can go, oh my God, like they see me for this, they see me for that.
And if you I identify with that?
Yeah. And if you have, you know, good enough people around you, they will be able to list things for days.
100%.
And I think there should be no shame in asking your friends that, because if you're struggling with that, you can then build that up yourself.
Exactly. You don't have to go through it alone. Like the more you open up, and like if you've got a great support network, like lean on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple of questions before we finish. What would you say, I feel like you might have touched on this, but hopefully we can go deeper, the biggest lesson you learned throughout the last 10 or so years of navigating skin?
Definitely like learning to let go of things that I can't control.
Yeah.
Like 100%. If you can't control it, like get it out of your brain. Do your best. And also it doesn't come easily. Like it sounds like it comes easily, but it is a practice. Like it's hard at the start to try to let go, especially if you're a control freak. And I think a lot of people who have skin conditions are control freaks and perfectionists. And like, it's annoying that you can't control it. And you, like I said at the start, you feel like you're doing something wrong. You're not. Like you are just, it's just something that you're going through, and it's unfortunate, yes, but you can't control it. And everyone has their one thing that they can't control that they hate. Like everyone has a health concern of some sort, where even if it's not like right now, they probably will in the future. Like I don't think anyone gets off like with a completely clean bill. So yeah, just like let go of the things you can't control and put all of your energy into the things that you can control, like your sleep, your stress, like working out, doing all of those things that are going to help you, your mental state, you know.
And for some of you, it might be like just needing to get through one day at a time, because absolutely have been there.
Yeah.
Where it's like, what can you do every single day that's going to make you feel good? Is that put on a cute outfit, go do a Pilates class, get a coffee with a friend? Like what's things that you can, I guess in a way, distract yourself from your skin, but like what are other things other than your skin that you can do to make yourself feel good?
Yeah.
Because you're going to probably need those things to get you through from time to time. I know there's been so many things where I've like packed my days or like tried to distract myself as much as I can from my skin, and like, you know, there were times where like I just need to stop looking in the mirror.
Oh,
because every
avoid,
time I would like strip myself apart of all these things. Like, okay, let's avoid mirrors. Let's avoid like selfie cameras or whatever, because I know that there are those times where you just have to do what you need to do to get through.
Yeah, like don't minimize it. It's a big deal going through a skin condition. Yeah. It's mental and physical. It's a very big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other words of wisdom from you and your journey to anyone listening, struggling with their skin, struggling with their self-worth, or whether it's they want to start social media and show up online? What would you?
Like there is so much power in authenticity. Like one thing that I want to drill home to my baby girl when she's a bit older is that like if you're confident, like you can get away with anything. Like it takes a lot of work, but like once you accept yourself and find confidence, like you can wear whatever you want. You can look however you want to look. It's just so powerful, confidence is. And on the other side of that coin, if you're not confident, people will see you as that, if that makes sense. Like I remember like I just had to fake it till I made it. Like when I had like bad skin, like I would not want to leave the house. But I knew that like if I did leave the house and I had no makeup on and I forced a smile, people were going to notice my smile. But if I was like sad and like shy and like wouldn't look people in the eyes, people are going to see that. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but I don't think that that's going to be doing anything to like empower you or get you any closer to, the confident self that you want to be. So sometimes you actually do have to fake it until you make it, but you'll get there.
Yeah. And I think that's a big one, because so many times I've been out and like all I think is people looking at my skin. Like because as someone struggling with acne, I notice other people's skin. Whereas like my best friend Lily, she looks at other people's hair because she's so insecure about her hair being broken from bleaching it. But she's like, oh my God, because I remember one girl walked past us once and I was like, her skin is so clear. And Lily was like, I didn't even look at her skin. Like I didn't even notice it. But how many times I've gone out and I've either been commented on my smile or my eyebrows. And I'm like, wait, you're not looking at my skin? What do you mean? Like it's just like people are not noticing what you think they are. And again, like you said before, like at your funeral, they're not going to be pointing at how clear your skin was or if you had a breakout that day. Like it is not about that. And I think when you can eventually move past it, which takes time, the world feels a lot more less scary.
Yeah, it's
to leave the house.
Yeah, 100%. And like you said, how because you are self-conscious of your skin, you notice other people's skin. There are obviously other people out there who then will notice your skin because they're also self-conscious in theirs. When I see someone out and they've got no makeup on,
you're like, go queen.
I'm like, I love you.
Like you want to go and speak to them.
Yeah, I'm
Truly.
like, thank you. Like you're doing God's work. Not even an influencer or anything. It's like a real life influencer.
Literally.
I love to see people out there just like owning the skin they're in.
Because like there's nothing better than just like leaving the house with no makeup, like a little bit of lip gloss.
Yeah.
You know, feeling good. But it's just like, I feel like you feel free. And it's like, I hate, like most of the time I hate wearing makeup and I rarely do. But I'm just like, if I see someone, I'm like, oh.
Same. It feels like a push against like society's beauty standards. It's like,
queen.
yes, we're in this together.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story. I know there'll be so many inspired from this. And if you guys want more, where can they find you on socials?
At Madeleine Edwards on Instagram and at Madeleine.Edwards on TikTok.
Changing it up. You know, Jackson's last name is Edwards.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Maybe it's like a long lost cousin.
Yeah, actually, there's probably a million.
Oh, well, thank you guys so much for listening. And hopefully you're enjoying the skin series. But I'll speak to you next time.